guys, welcome back to the messy garden, welcome back to another video. So in today's video I thought I would, I don't want to say take you guys on a garden tour because I'm really not going to, there's not a garden to tour, there's a mess to tour, but there's not a garden to tour. But what I do want to do is share with you guys like my vision for the garden. And share with you like some of the plans I've got, things I'm hoping to get done out here over the winter. How well that's going to go, yeah, I don't quite know. I might be being a little bit over ambitious, especially from a financial standpoint, but we'll see how we get on. So starting in here in the greenhouse, plans for the greenhouse. I've actually had a massive clear out in here. So I used to have like a little mini greenhouse thing here behind me. That kind of fell apart. I want to say it was like cheap and cruddy, but it actually wasn't that cheap. It was about 70 quid. It was like one of those little like patio, like greenhouse cabinet things. I mean, it was okay, but I knew it wasn't going to last very long because it wasn't made of like real wood. It was kind of like that weird reconstituted cardboardy wood, and really weird like plastic windows in it. So I knew it wasn't going to last that long, and it didn't. I moved it in here because I thought it would be good for seed starting, for like extra warmth, but it wasn't working. It was too cluttered in here, so that's gone. I've just got my 2 benches in here now, which I'm really happy with. The plan is that we're going to redo the floor and we're going to put slabs down. So there was a bit of an umming and ahhing as to what was going to be the best way forward. We need to stop rats coming in here. We are getting on top of the rats now, which I'm very pleased about, but we need to stop them from getting in here in the future. So we're just going to put slabs down on the floor. That's something I'm looking to doing over the next couple of weeks, like maybe on my next long weekend out off. It would be nice to get that job done and out of the way. I don't know how feasible that's going to be, we'll see. But yeah, that's going to happen in here. And then what I want to do is put a nice big raised bed in this gap here, like a permanent raised bed, similar to what you can see just through the window there, which I'll show you guys in a minute. But yeah, I want a nice big permanent bed in here to fill this gap. And I'm going to put that trellis that I botched together out of freebie bits of wood. It was like scrap wood we got. It was actually brilliant. It's not very straight, but I like it. It's quirky like me. So yeah, I'm going to put bed in here with that trellis, and that's going to be for like I don't know, peppers, cucumbers, melon. That's what I'm hoping to put in here. This space over here, I'm torn because part of me really wants to put a raised bed in on this side as well. But at the same time, I like having the floor space free. So I don't know, I'm thinking of maybe either getting some really nice plant pots to go over here, like big ones though, like really big substantial ones. This year I just used old feed buckets. So these are basically just old horse food buckets that ended up with holes in. And so, yeah, I've been using them for that. That's actually a plant pot I bought back there that had my avocado plant in it, which is now but a stick. It got a bit cold out here one winter and it killed it off, sadly. Well, I did grow an avocado tree and then killed it. But yeah, I'm thinking I don't necessarily want to put a fixed bed in here. I kind of like the option of having the floor space. My thinking is that I can use this space to dry horse rugs in the winter, which would be super helpful, in which case I'm going to want more floor space. I don't know, I'm kind of stuck on this side, so I feel like I don't want to do anything on this side just yet. I think maybe once I've got the bed in on this side, and then I can kind of like get a feel for what my space is going to be like with that in here, and then I can make a decision about this side later. But yeah, at the very least I can put pots in here and do something. But I really want to try to not over clutter it in here again because it was so cluttered in here this year. It was a bit overwhelming and a bit unbearable. So yeah, that's kind of the plan for in here. I need to give it a really good clean as well. Look how dirty this is all of a sudden. It's absolutely minging. I need to get up there and scrub all this off and make it look a bit more presentable. I actually think that's why these have gotten so leggy, is because there's not enough light coming through all the muck on here. But yeah, that's not a job for today. I don't have time to do that today. So we're just gonna ignore it and walk away. So I'm going to take you guys out and show you the rest of the garden, and yeah, we'll have a little chat about what I'm thinking usage wise for the rest of the spaces. Just an FYI, it is an absolute mess out here right now. Okay, so yeah, as you can see, I've got a nice big pile of stuff here. So this was like some damaged hay bales we had that got wet and some shavings that got wet. I kind of just piled it all up in here because my plan is that I'm going to use it to fill the raised beds. I didn't really want to take it all the way down to the muck heap to just bring it back up again. I was like, that's fine, I'll just dump it in here. And it's been here for like over a month now and it hasn't gone anywhere. Cardboard as well, the same is going to go in the raised beds. So that, I'm hoping I can use a lot of that in here. So this is our prototype raised bed. I'm currently in the process of putting some wire mesh in the bottom to hopefully stop rats from digging up underneath. And I just realized there's some really creepy maggot infestation going on in there. There's like thousands of eggs. That's fly eggs. All that pale white stuff, like the really pale white stuff, that's fly eggs. That's maggot eggs everywhere. Delightful, absolutely lovely. It's fine, it's gonna be better than the sun anyway. But yeah, this is our prototype bed. As I said, I need to finish fixing this on. And then, yeah, what's going to go in here is the rhubarb. So we have got one magnificent rhubarb plant that was our granddad's. My granddad's, my mum's dad's. Goodness knows how long he had it. He had it for ages. I would imagine he probably got it from a family member before that as well. It's a really good old-fashioned rhubarb. So we're going to put that in here. I've got two newer rhubarb plants as well, which are a bit flaky. We're going to put them either side as well. We're also thinking about splitting Grandad's rhubarb. Yeah, you're supposed to split rhubarb every few years, aren't you? To like, I don't know what it does to it, encourages new growth or something. I don't know, but you're meant to split like the stump, the base of it. So now is the time of year to do that really, because it's gone dormant. But anyway, yes, this is going to be rhubarb and strawberries. That's the plan for this. I need to chop all these off. But I can't decide whether or not I want to chop these big corner ones off yet, because I'm still trying to decide whether or not I want to put a cage lid over this. So like I said in one of my previous videos, we had a horrendous rat problem. And generally speaking, they haven't bothered the rhubarb, but I still don't want them nesting in these beds, hence the wire on the bottom. I don't know if I'm going to need to put a lid on it. I haven't figured that out yet, so I figured I would just go ahead and leave the wood here for now, and then figure that out at a later date. Lots of this is kind of like half doing a job and then figuring out the rest of it at a later date, in case you hadn't noticed, because that's just how my brain works. So around here, oh, I spotted a shiny screw. Look, yay. Oh, and a fence insulator and something mouldy. That's disgusting. I don't want that. Anyway, that's what it's like inside my head, people. Okay, so this area here, I think, needs to be chicken area. That's the plan in my head. I really, really, really want to get chickens again. And I think this would be a good space for them. So in my head, I'm thinking there's going to be like a little raised bed here, like a little wonky one, just to fill the gap. And then I want, this is an old dead bench, by the way. It's kind of rotted underneath, but I haven't dealt with it yet. And yeah, I'm thinking chicken coop like here. And I want a path going up here. I don't want anything like growing around the greenhouse now. I want to try and keep like a free walkway around the greenhouse, just for making it easy to clean it, and obviously to put rats off from trying to like go near it as well. I don't want to give them any cover, like any easy access. So I want a path there. So a path will come out like here, down there, and I'll have a little wonky bed here, and then I want my chicken coop here, I'm thinking. And then there'll be a fence down following where this trellis runs, like right the way down to the other end. And I'm kind of visualizing splitting it. So I want to have like a hard standing-ish. I mean, it could be hard standing, could be slabs, could be rubber mats. I'm not quite sure what it's going to look like yet. But I want like this top area of the chicken run to be kind of like all-weather, like an all-weather surface that we can keep clean. Because one of the really big problems we had with our chickens in the past was keeping them clean in the winter and keeping them dry. Chickens don't like being wet. Unfortunately, we have a lot of problems with foxes around here. That's why we don't have chickens anymore. And so we can't really let them free reign all of the time, which is annoying. We can with them under supervision. Although that being said, one of our runner ducks, we have Indian runner ducks years ago, one of our ducks got taken by a fox in broad daylight right in front of us. Like we were having a picnic in the field and it just ran up the field, grabbed the duck and ran away right in front of us. I'm like, okay, we have a fox problem. So yeah, I'm a little bit nervous that I don't really want them to be out and about too much. So I need to create a space that I can manage them in and keep them happy in, while also keeping them safe from predators. So I want like a hard standing clean area. somewhere where we can keep them clean and dry and out of the mud. And then I'm thinking down here, I want to kind of split it in two, I think. So we'll have like maybe a split like here-ish. So we'll have this section as like coop and dry area. And then down here, I'm thinking, I don't know if I want to do like a long split or like split it into squares. I think squares would probably be easier. Just so that I can kind of like control graze them, if that makes sense. So if one area gets a bit poached, I can rest it and I can let them out in the other area to like pick at the grass and stuff. It's kind of how I'm visualizing it in my head. I don't know if it's going to work, but that's kind of where my head's going. And I want to put some more fruit trees along this back row here. So it's kind of going to end up being chickens and fruit trees in here, and whatever else will grow. Like, I don't know. There's probably going to be other stuff growing in here. I mean, I did put a few herbs in here. I can't remember. I'm not sure what this is. It might be marshmallow or St. John's wort. I'm not 100%. I bought some random stuff and I lost the labels for it because I'm an idiot. That's a blueberry plant. Kale down there. There's just all sorts down here. But this, for the most part, is like fruit trees and berry bushes. So that's kind of what I think I want to continue in this area. It's like fruit trees and berry bushes. And then it will also double up as like chicken forage territory. And then obviously in the winter at this time of year, like they can have the free run of the garden. They'll be fantastic for helping me out with pest control, because they'll eat all the slugs, they'll eat all the leather jackets in the soil. It'd be really, really good to have chickens in here. It'll really help like the garden ecosystem. So yeah, that's kind of my vision for this little bit. Trees, berry bushes, chicken coop, split it into sections so I can control like where the chickens have access to. So hopefully we don't poach the ground too much. Hopefully keep them sane and happy. So that's what I'm thinking for that little bit. And then that gives us like the rest of this area. There's going to be garden beds. Oh, lemon balm. It's everywhere. It's very nice. You like eating this, don't you, sausage? Do you want some? There you go. Yummy, yummy, yummy. Yes, Mr. Blueberry decided to lean over the fence this summer. So this was all mint. This was mint up to like here. Chocolate mint, some other kind of mint, and lemon balm. He leant over and ate all of it, literally down to the dirt. I mean, it'll probably grow back. It's mint. Mint kind of grows like a parasite, but it was quite funny. He ate a lot of mint. He must have had some very smooth poops after that. That's all I'm saying. It kind of soothes the digestive tract, doesn't it? Moving on, anyway. Can you see how easily I get off topic, people? Absolute scatterbrain. But yeah, this space, I'm still umming and ahhing as to how I want to do this. So we were discussing the other day, maybe doing like 2 beds down the middle, and then maybe like a half bed along the edge, I'm thinking. I was trying to map this out last night, so I was playing around on the computer. I'll put up an image of the little map thing I was doing. And it's not to scale, by the way. It's kind of to scale. It's not entirely to scale, because I didn't measure it. I know roughly what sizes things are, and then I could work out other bits of it from the sizes of things that I knew. Like, for example, I know the size of the greenhouse. I know the size of the big silver frame we've got over there. So I was kind of able to like scope out the dimensions of other stuff based on that, but it's not been like surveyed or anything. Although I'm sure Ian would love to come out here and survey, and he probably will at some point over the next couple of months. But yeah, it's kind of hard to figure out what I'm going to be able to fit in here. I'm thinking maybe like 2 nice long beds down here. So we were thinking about scrapping that one across there at the other end and having like just 2 long beds like down here, and then like a skinnier bed here. But I don't know if that's going to make the most of the space. I feel like I had too much in the space the way I did it before. And obviously now, because I want to put proper raised beds in, we need to have adequate footpath space in between the beds. 1, to get a wheelbarrow in and out, and 2, so we can get in and out without, falling over. So the paths are way too narrow. I mean, this is, I don't know if you can see my feet, but that's the width of the path, like where my feet are, that's the width of it. So it's probably like a foot and a bit, which is fine, like I said, without the raised beds, but with raised beds, that's going to be cramped. See, I don't know, I'm just trying to figure out like dimensions. I'm thinking, like I said, probably 2 beds and then a skinny one at the end with all my herbs in. And then all the way over here. So yeah, this will be gone. This will just be like long ones. So if I show you from over here, it'll be like a long bed all the way up. Probably, I don't know how far out it would come though. Like, oh, there's too many possibilities and they're all so good. I'm gonna have to get some bits of string out. We're gonna have to survey it. We're gonna have to map it out and see what I like, because I don't know what I want to do. It's just too hard. The chickens is like a definite thing. I definitely want the chickens. That's definitely happening. That area is marked out for chickens. It's just how I'm gonna make the most of this space in here is what I'm kind of stuck on at the moment. Yeah, so there's gonna be 2, maybe 3 beds. Or now I've just had an idea and I really like it. I could do like square beds. That's an idea. That would be really cute. But then would that make the most of my space? Because I'm going to have more pathways if I do that. So like in my head, I was thinking, oh, just saw a rat run across the garden. That's encouraging, not. Anyway, I'm going to draw another map to show you guys what I'm thinking right here. Because, you know, I'm having fun drawing maps of the garden at the moment. So I'm thinking possibly like 4 like square beds. But like I said, the only downside with that is that you're going to have like more pathways. Oh, I don't know, but I kind of like the sound of that. That does sound appealing. And I could do like a centerpiece as well. Oh, this is getting elaborate now, isn't it? This is getting out of control. Because I could do like my 4 square beds and then kind of work it so I have... Now I'm thinking of angles as well. No, I need to stop with this. I need to stop now because this is getting unrealistic. Something basically is going to go in there. There's going to be raised beds that I'm going to grow vegetables in. To be continued. Anyway, back over here. So this space, I kind of want to keep this clear. I kind of want to keep this clear for like putting my table and chairs. So I've got like a little table and chairs in there. If you can see it buried under all the overgrowth. I would quite like to put like a little patio out here actually. So we've got like a nice little seating area outside the greenhouse. That'll be really cute. Along here, so this is where our rhubarb and strawberries currently are, and loads of stinging nettles, as you can see. I really did give up on my garden this year, guys. I'm not kidding. I just, like, when I realised how much of a rat problem we had and, like, how much damage was out here and how bad my germination rates were, I really just threw the towel in, and, yeah, this is the result. It's absolute mess. But anyway... My plan is that I'm going to build another one of these beds like this that's going to go all the way along here, like up to the shed basically. That strawberry planter thing is going to go because all the strawberries are going to be going in that. And that then frees up this space here. Like I said, that I would really like to put a little patio in here. I think that would be really nice. Over here, so this down here, my little herb row, another little herb row. I feel like I'm growing too many herbs, to be fair. And I do have some pretty flowers over here too, because I can't believe these are still flowering. Like, it's mid-November and these things are still flowering and they're still absolutely gorgeous. I think this one's... Oh no, this one still looks pretty as well. It's just amazing. I can't believe they're still going, but it makes me happy looking at them every day. So yeah, this along here, I kind of want to keep the bed the same-ish. So there's kind of like a bed along here, and then there's a big bit here. So I think I kind of just want to rebuild what's here, but neater. I really don't want to disturb this rosemary if I can help it, because it's so established and happy. And I've tried for so many years to grow happy rosemary, and I haven't been able to, and so I really don't want to upset it or kill it. So I quite want to leave that where it is. But yeah, that's kind of my thought along here, is to just rebuild what's already here, but build it up and make it look prettier, like the same style as over there, that nice bed I've done. So that's my thought for this. And then, oh yeah, that was some herbs I was trying to dry. That went well, didn't it? Clearly I forgot about them. Yeah, so that'll be along there, nice little raised bed. Probably going to keep it to herbs and flowers, but I might play around with it, who knows. And then I kind of want to mirror this over there, but like a little bit skinnier. So the chair is going to be staying in here. our plan is to put some kind of cover back over this. We're thinking like cargo netting. Like, I don't know if it needs to be necessarily something waterproof, like entirely waterproof, but we want shade over here. So we were thinking like some kind of cargo netting, cargo mesh, something like that. We'll find something that kind of ticks the box of what we're looking for. And then my idea, what I really want to do is I really want to try and grow grapevines over this. I think that would be really, really cool. I did try to grow some grapevines, but they turned out to not be what I thought they were. So I need to do my research into varieties, make sure I get the right varieties to grow up over here. And so, yeah, what I really want to do is like pull this chair forward a teeny tiny bit, and I want to build like a little mini thin raised bed all along the back of here, and it will come down here. So it will kind of mirror this. So it'll be like along, like kind of like an L shape. And then I'll have one along the back there, and then L shapes out here again, like I said, like this side. And my thought is that I'll do like a grapevine in that corner and then a grapevine in here to grow up and over. And then all along the back here, I want to put the most beautiful smelling roses. So I've got quite a few climbing roses. So that is a climbing rose. I'm not sure if that was a climbing one or a bush one. I can't remember. I think I just bought it because it smelled incredible. What is it? Height 1 meter to 1.2. But what kind of rose is it? Highly fragrant petals release a royal perfume from late spring to first frosts. Okay, I don't know. Oh, it's a moderate shrub. Okay. So that's a bushy rose, but it was too pretty to not have. It's just, look at it, it's lush. So yeah, that's kind of, so my vision for this little area, again, I would like to put a nice surface down in here, like a nice floor, because it's kind of minging. I kind of want to put wood chip out here. Like my thought for this area is like a comfy seating area, wood chip underfoot. And I want to get a really nice barbecue. Like we have a barbecue, but it's that. I mean, it does the job, but it's a bit disappointing to look at. So I want to get a nice barbecue in here. So yeah, this is going to be like seating area with netting over it, grapevines growing up, delicious smelling roses behind us, and then all the lovely herbs down here, the nice soft floor to walk on. So that's my vision for this area. And then, like I said, you'll have a little patio, we'll have raised bed there, chickens down the end, and then lovely raised beds growing all the vegetables in the middle. So that's kind of my vision. Don't know how I'm going to make it happen. It's going to be kind of a case of like picking a job and chipping away at things. But I'm kind of excited about it. When I first started doing the garden, I wasn't 100% sure how I wanted to do it. And so, like, I don't feel like I did a very good job of it. It kind of worked, but it kind of ended up being cluttered and messy, kind of like the greenhouse did. But I am looking forward to like decluttering my spaces and making it more like visually appealing and more manageable. Because I've never successfully planted the entirety of this garden. Like even when I've had a really good year, there's always been spaces that I haven't managed to plant because I just ran out of oomph, like it was too much for me. So I think having the chickens over there will take back that bit of space that I never quite managed to get to, so that'd be good. And then yeah, it's just, I've got to decide really how I want to structure my beds in here. This is the sticking point, is trying to figure out how to structure the beds in here. And I really do like the idea of having those square beds, I'm not going to lie. But it's just, you're going to lose so much space to pathways. Like, it would look cute, but from a productivity point of view and the making most of your space, it seems wasteful to me. I think it is probably not the best idea, as cute as it would look. So I think it is probably going to be the long beds. Just got to figure out how many, how big, and yeah, where exactly they're going to end up sitting. But yeah, that's what my garden looks like now. That's what my vision is for the garden. Hopefully over the course of the winter, we will get some of this work done. Like, I don't know how much of this... Sorry, there's a motorbike on the motorway. It's so loud here. Yeah, I don't know how much of this we're going to get done over the winter. My goal in my head is I really want to get this finished and cleared, mostly because I want to get those pallets up because the rats keep going under them. So this is like immediate priority, as is the floor and the raised bed in here. And then I'm not quite sure what the next project's going to be, because I mean, I want to get it done ready for spring because I want to be able to plant stuff out here. But equally, I don't want to rush it and screw it up. So, I don't know. I need to decide. I'm really bad at making decisions. I think what I'm going to end up doing is just pottering on with that bit that I know I've made a firm decision on. And then hopefully I will reach some kind of enlightenment, and the rest of the plan will come together while I'm doing that. That's what I'm hoping anyway. But yeah, there you go. That's where we're at. That's what my garden looks like. That's what my plan is. Chances are the plan might change, but that gives you a kind of an idea of what I'm going for out here. And yeah, kind of gives you an idea of what kind of content you guys can expect over the next 6 months to a year-ish. And hopefully we'll be able to turn this back into something really amazing. Because I mean, the garden looked good a couple of years ago, but it's going to look amazing by the time we're done with all these raised beds. It's just going to, I want it to look really nice out here. I want it to be a pretty place. I want it to be a productive place. And I want it to be a nice place to just come and sit and chill and have a barbecue and just chill out. Yeah, it's going to be really nice. Oh, and the only last thing that I almost forgot, is I do eventually want to build like a proper fence around the garden. So obviously there's going to be like raised beds along this side, which is kind of building kind of a barrier, but I'm probably going to do like, you know, they use feather edge to do fencing, like vertical feather edge fencing. I think I'm probably going to do something like that around the whole perimeter of the garden, just to make it feel a bit cozier, kind of try and create a little bit of a microclimate is where my head's at, but also to just make it that little bit more secure from potential ponies that might be tempted to come in here and help themselves to snacks, like Blue kept trying to do earlier this year, because he really disrespected this fence, and I'm surprised he didn't end up in here. It did come in. He's done all this, the little monster. So yeah, I'm thinking a nice fence all the way around, create a little microclimate, make it a bit safer, a bit more secure. Obviously, I'm going to have to put more electric tape on the outside of it to stop them nibbling on it and trying to come through. But yeah, I think that'll be a nice little finishing touch in here as well. I think that'll be really good. And yeah, that's kind of it. That's my plan. That's my vision. Hopefully we can make it happen. Looking at the mess I've got out here right now, I'm struggling to see how it's going to happen, but just going to do a little job at a time. Just pick a job, get it done. Pick another job, get that done. And gradually we will chip away at it. And hopefully, by the time next summer comes around, it's going to look amazing out here. I'm really looking forward to it. All right, you guys want dinner, don't you? I better get your stables done. Yeah, I have adulting duties to do. I'll see you next time, guys.